Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Sita Swarupananda Paramahamsa Dinamine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Sita Swarupananda Paramahamsa Dinamine Sita Swarupananda Paramahamsa Dinamine Gaura Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya Te Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Guranga 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama,
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Haribo Krishna Haribo Krishna Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Shri Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Shri Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Shri Swami Ananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Shri Swami Ananda Paramahamsa Haribol Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Let's continue our study program. So I'd like to reiterate something. The purpose of this study program is to be aware of how we can direct our lives, whom to follow, whom to listen, to be established in our true eternal transcendental nature as spirit soul, and to be with wisdom, satchit, and to experience ananda, transcendental bliss. So when we come in contact with the parampara, the residents of the spiritual world, the confidential friend, our Gurudev, Jagat Guru Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa, who is in the world of Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means freedom from anxiety. So from hearing from him, we can be guided in our search, in our direction to what we pursue as a goal, and that goal should be absolute. So it means he's very serious and the spiritual master is very grave. So when we come in contact with the spiritual master and be guided by him, he makes us aware of our situation. Just like this world is like a jungle. In the jungle, there are a lot of predators. When you go to this jungle of Amazon, the green hell, they call the green hell, there are a lot of dangerous predator creatures, plants, insects that can put your life to a stop and kill your body. So when we also come in contact with this wisdom under the guidance of the spiritual master, he guides us. And the first process is the purification of the heart to control the mind. And the process is centered around the chanting of the holy names. Lord Krishna, the supreme purifier, comes as the holy names through the lips of, through oral reception. We receive it from the lips of the confidential, loving servant of God coming in that line, who is a resident of the spiritual world in the unbroken chain of spiritual master, who are all made servants of the internal energy of Lord Krishna, Radha and Krishna. That happiness, that fulfillment is what will give the person, us, real joy. So first, we will discuss about the jungle, about the predators in the jungle. So if we come in contact with such predator, for example, you're walking in a jungle, and we were taught by the jungle guide, be careful when you tread that path because that area, there's a lot of jaguars, hyenas, lions. You should not go directly to that path, but rather pass by this hill and be safe from them. Because when they see you, they'll devour you. These are predators in the jungle. But also, in the jungle of material life, there are also predators who will see, who will act in such a way to devour the living entity, to dominate them, to trample them, supposedly guiding them, but they see the living entities and everything around based upon this contamination of materialism. And what is materialism? It is material disease based upon false bodily identification directed upon using the senses directed by the desire in the mind and see this world as a world to consume. That is a materialist. So they come in different guise. These guys. So the spiritual master gives us a process to purify our heart, to purge this wisdom about our transcendental nature. Comes from God Himself purifying us. So we can see who we are, that we are not this body. And if we can understand clearly, absolutely, that we are a different energy from matter, that understanding, that realization, free us from this false search, from this futile endeavor to suck, to eat, to consume matter because it will not make us happy. Mami, na-off yung ano. So in this jungle, we must be very careful. We must be guided by the jungle guide to cross this jungle. So first, we should experience transcendental realization. And what is that transcendental realization? Aham Brahmasmi. I'm not this body. I can see through practical example. That when a person leaves the body, that body breaks down. The molecules, the atom breaks down to simpler form. The person whom we're relating to, whom we're trying to reciprocate with, who reciprocate with us, when he dies, he leaves the body. He's gone. He's a gunner. And through science, these were taught to us by our Gurudev and guided by scripture. That the living entity process from one body to another, from the womb to a baby body, to a young boy's body, to a young man's body, to a middle-aged man's body, to an old-aged man's body, and like my body now is senior citizen, sooner or later I have to leave this body because the body cannot be functioning properly together with me. And time, this body is hooked up with time. Death comes. Mortality, we are mortal. The body is mortal, but the living entity is eternal. So this mortal body will deteriorate, succumb to death through diseases. So I like to reiterate something because when we met our Gurudev, he taught us this science, the science of loving service to the Supreme Person to assist our brothers and sisters, to teach them the truth. So to be able to teach the truth, we must become, as this person was asking our Gurudev, I want to save my son. I want him to become a devotee. And Srila Prabhupada said to him, you must first become a devotee. What is a devotee? Is it someone who joins a group? Is it someone who have shaved heads? To be able to understand this truth, this science, we must hear and be guided by scriptures, our spiritual master, and the Lord within the heart. So whatever they say are all in harmony. And those authorities, like Lord Brahma, Ramanujacharya, Lord Chaitanya, the six Goswamis, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, and our Gurudev are all authorities who can guide us. So, this jungle, to be able to cross the jungle, we must be equipped with wisdom. Satchit, wisdom, transcendental wisdom, and be guided by it. Number one, understanding first the basic. And the basic is our Sanatan Dharma. What is Sanatan Dharma? I'll read here from His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami's comment and purport. The Lord is very kind to the living entities because they are all His sons. Lord Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, I am the Father of all. Of course, there are all types of living entities according to their various karmas. But here the Lord claims that He is the Father of all of them. Therefore, the Lord descends to reclaim all these fallen, conditioned souls to call them back to the Sanatan eternal sky, so that the Sanatan living entities may regain their eternal Sanatan position in eternal association with the Lord. The Lord comes Himself in different incarnation, or He sends His confidential servants as sons, or His associate as acharyas to reclaim the conditioned souls. Therefore, Sanatan Dharma does not refer to any sectarian process of religion. It is the eternal function of the eternal living entities in relationship with the eternal Supreme Lord. Sanatan Dharma refers, as stated previously, to the eternal occupation of the living entity. Ramanujacharya has explained the word Sanatan as that which is neither beginning nor end. So when we speak of Sanatan Dharma, we must take it for granted on the authority of Sri Ramanuj Acharya that has neither beginning nor end. The English word religion is a little different from Sanatan Dharma. Religion conveys the idea of faith, and faith may change. One may have a faith in a particular process, and he may change his faith and adopt another. But Sanatan Dharma refers to that activity which cannot be changed. For instance, liquidity cannot be taken away from water, nor heat can be taken away from fire. Similarly, the eternal function of the eternal living entity cannot be taken away from the living entity. Sanatan Dharma is eternal, integral with the living entity. When we speak of Sanatan Dharma, therefore we must take it for granted on the authority of Sri Ramanujacharya that has neither beginning nor end. That which has neither end nor beginning must not be sectarian, for it cannot be limited by any boundaries. So first, we must understand the first basic realization, Aham Brahmasmi. Brahman realization. There's two Brahman realization, but first, the Brahman realization, Aham Brahmasmi. I'm spirit, soul, life, a different energy from matter. When one realizes that, then it will be the guidance where he can be guided by His eternal function. Sanatan Dharma means our eternal activities. Servitude. Everybody, all of us, real religion is not a sectarian group. It is inherent in everyone. Everybody wants to serve. But the question, whom will we serve? Will it be serving the senses, serving the country, or serving the Supreme Person? So that's why we must be with wisdom to be able to guide other living entities. This labeling, as what has been discussed here, has become an impediment in helping other living entities. When we put them in a box, we put them in a bind. What is that? It's fanaticism. It's based upon false bodily identification, that you belong to a certain group, you belong to a certain faith. These are all labels connected with this body. And when you leave the body, you leave everything behind. But what is not separated from the living entity is Sanatan Dharma, the eternal activity to engage in loving service. The question is, where will that service be directed? Will it be on His true, eternal, transcendental nature as eternally the loving servant of God? So the problem we face here is when we follow someone who has no wisdom, who has material consideration. That's why the advice of Saint Prabhupada is what we must be guided by someone very serious. He's very grave. Someone who has no material consideration, who has transcended material consideration, and that is the bona fide spiritual master. That should be our guide. So when we want to get out of this jungle of material life, there are a lot of predators here. And the first predator are those who are in false bodily identification. Why? Because they see the world as a world to consume, because they are servants of their senses and follow the desire in their mind and their search for happiness, for their unlimited craving. Their activities, which should be eternally directed upon the eternal Supreme Person in loving service, is now falsely directed upon this world. The unlimited craving that we have, that can only be satisfied with someone who is unlimited, the source of everything, our Father, the Supreme Person. We are now directing it upon this world through our senses. And it's now deflected upon this world, not upon our true Sanatan Dharma, which is our natural tendency to engage in the loving service of the Supreme Person. How did we come to that point? How did living entities come to that point? When the living entities comes to this world and try to play Lord in selfishness, becomes now dominated by material nature. There is a force that drives the living entity to do something that will engulf him by force. Because the living entity, who is marginal by nature, he made a choice to do his own will. He made a choice to not be in harmony with Sanatan Dharma. So, when we go out to help other living entities, we must be able to very clearly explain to them. And to be able to explain to them, we must realize this science of our true nature as we are eternally the living entity. Just like the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, it starts with Lord Krishna teaching Arjuna his true nature. He speaks to Arjuna about the living entities, who is eternal by nature. He gives the qualities of the living entities as different from matter. This matter is completely changing, immutable, but the living entity is immutable. You, the person, you're eternal, we are eternal, and it can be understood very simply. But when we are guided by someone who are predators, who is a materialist, meaning in this jungle, there are a lot of predators. There are two dangerous predators here that can kill us, eat us. The materialist, posing as our guide, and the impersonalists who have come to the point, to the epitome of hell, thinking he's God, that he's the lawmaker. And they come in different disguise. Just like when you're in a jungle walking, you see this nice poisoned ivy tree with all the fruits. And the spiritual master tells us, be careful not to associate with individuals whose sound vibration pollutes you. And it is sound that will put you in quandary, in confusion. So this impersonalist, so-called God's teaching must be cut. This materialism must be defeated with wisdom, with truth, the transcendental eternal truth, to guide other living entities. And us also, we must be able to see the false ego. In the beginning, our spiritual master teaches us, guide us from the outside. What is false ego? It's a wrong identification. We try to dominate material nature. We want to play surrogate Krishna. And it covers us because there is a force that drives us not to see the truth, not to be compassionate, not to experience this kindness, this care for others. And what is that driving force? Arjuna asked Lord Krishna, what is it that drives a living entity to commit heinous activities as if driven by force? And Lord Krishna said, it is only lust, Arjuna, which turn into wrath and anger. A person driven by lust, that person, his mind, when contaminated by lust, is driven by anger. He tries to, it's like this, it's a science. Through sense perception, one begins to contemplate upon sense object. And when a person is in false bodily identification, a young man sees a beautiful woman. That beautiful woman passes by. He smells the perfume. He sees his doe-eyed, so sweet. His heart, his meditation, his contemplation, he becomes obsessed to have her. And it comes with experiencing that form through the senses, through the sound, through smelling. A person begins to contemplate. When a person is not understanding his true identity, he's not in control of his mind, and he's no direction under the guidance of the spiritual master, and he's not realized of his true identity. We're talking about a person who is really engrossed in false bodily identification. So he tries to what? Contemplates and get that lady, that form. But in reality, that form is made out of matter. And the person using that body, he's trying to relate to that body because the living entity is there. And he's so much immersed. And he tries to get it. So there's a lot of stories about this science that we can understand in the future to make it very clear. So to make it very, to be able to show in a nutshell the bottom line is to be able to cross the jungle, we must protect ourselves from predators. And how to protect ourselves from predator is with wisdom. And what are these people trying to portray? Anything that is based upon false labeling. I belong to this group, I belong to this faith. And they portray that, yes, I belong to this holy association. And they think they're saved. And there's always a promise. One time, this person, before coming to association with our Gurudev, this person was influenced by impersonalism. Then, he was given the opportunity to become a disciple, to be given instruction. But what happened? After a while, she began to teach something completely different from the teachings of Lord Krishna. She neglected, not only that, blatantly denied the process. In short, she's very sick with the disease of materialism, impersonalism, and the spiritual master gives her a medicine, and that medicine is based upon the supreme purifier, the holy names that will purify the heart and bring a person to his true understanding of how fallen he is, to be guided by this truth. But because she decided, no need for authorities, so she began to teach impersonalism, and she became a Sahaji, that you can achieve the highest goal of bhakti, Radha and Krishna loving relationship, by just imagining through osmosis. And she was able to influence even students and her god brothers to engage in this sinful activity of having sex orgy. That's what the Sahaji do. They become servant of their senses, and they try to find happiness in matter through their senses. So they fall into hell. Instead of experiencing this connection with this transcendental world of bhakti, this love, they have become covered of this illusion. So this person has become a predator and ate them all and guided them to hell. So we should be careful. So to be able to help others, my Gurudev, Parampara, wants us to be with wisdom, to cut this nonsense with a higher philosophy, with a higher teaching, based upon wisdom coming from God, to teach the impersonalists that they're not God, to teach how they have become insane. If they're God, how come they're suffering? Very simple things. But because of lust, the desire to imitate the Lord, their eyes are covered. And if we want to cross this jungle, we must clearly understand this truth, or else we will be misguided. We will miss the opportunity of this human form of life, this great transcendental opportunity that we have come in contact with Krishna to be able to do what is pleasing to Lord Krishna. Now, it's coming again. There is a history repeats itself in different ways. Now there's, this labeling. His divine grace is telling us, Sanatan Dharma is eternal. This labeling that you belong to this group, this sectarian contamination, this sectarian teaching that you belong to this religious group, I have a different faith. These are all nonsense because it's all connected to this body. And when we leave this body, it's all left behind. So what can we bring when we leave the body? It is this wisdom. When our mind, our heart has become purified and has become focused on the transcendental truth that gives us pleasure, it is about doing the will of God. So the holiness purifies us. So we must be very careful. Just like before, a lot of individuals followed somebody, and this person, while trying to supposedly serve his spiritual master, they begin to just follow him blindly. Then what happened? This person begins to steal, uses the facilities, the resources that supposedly to help other people for his own. And they were just there thinking because he's a leader of the organization, he can do no wrong. He's appointed. We should be very careful. The devotee is always feeling lower than the straw in the street. The third prayer of humbleness. But humbleness means understanding with wisdom. To speak the truth. To live the truth. It's not that, oh, you're humble. You're not a devotee. You don't want to be trampled by my nonsense. You know? And they use this, I'm a confidential friend. Given confidential, instruction. But in your heart, how come you're stealing money from our spiritual master? How come you're manipulating people? How come you're engaging in activities that is detrimental to own your spiritual life and you want to guide me? We should be very careful. We offer respects to everybody. But we should not be guided by predators. And we should see the materialists, we should see the impersonalists, and be equipped with wisdom and protection from Lord Krishna. That we will cross the jungle under his guidance. Lord Krishna tells us, the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities, who is seated as on a machine made of material energy. So when we are the person using this body, it's like a vehicle. I can use matter, I can speak. But what I do should be connected with transcendental world, Vaikuntha. And this is the guidance of Lord Krishna to free us. He said, O Sayano Bharat, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme eternal abode. So we should be guided by this wisdom. So when we cross the jungle, the guide should be capable, and the capability of the guide is not through appointment, not through external, not through this faith, not through this sectarianism, fanaticism of joining, but rather based upon the instruction of Sage Prabuddha. The spiritual master is master of his senses. How can you teach individuals to become free from material contamination when we ourselves, are subjugated and servant of our senses? We must be teacher by example. Sometimes we speak as if we're very arrogant. No. The truth sometimes is arrogance, but it's honesty. To be honest doesn't mean you should be very meek. I am honest. I am a devotee. You can just speak to me. You're not. You know what? You must be humble, feeling lower than the straw in the street, and hear all my nonsense and garbage. And then, if you don't follow, they get angry. What? You don't see my purity? You don't want to experience my transcendental presence? I'm a confidential. I'm given this authority. That is nonsense. We must be very careful not to follow these individuals who will lead people into oblivion. You know, in the teachings of Sri Upanishad, Lord Krishna tells us, the killer of the soul, whoever he may be, will enter into the darkness region of ignorance. Meaning, those who are teaching, mothers, fathers, guru, if you mislead others into oblivion, to death, you cannot kill the spirit soul. But if we put them in danger, that we trample them and lead them into oblivion to die spiritually, then we are responsible for our action. So it's also a sign we can weigh. Are we willing to go out and help others, to sacrifice, so they can experience compassion, they can experience that love that is being discussed by Lord Krishna and our Gurudev? Are we willing to undergo the austerities and sacrifice so others can be happy? That our happiness is serving at the end itself, Sanatan Dharma. That I'm willing to take the austerity to be able to please the Supreme Lord. That will be our protection to do the will of the Supreme Person. Because that world is the world of love. No fear. It's a world of Vaikunta. Later in our study program, we can discuss more. But first, the topic that we have open now are the predators. Number one, how to defeat the materialists from his philosophy being put forward by these gross materialists. Number two, to be able to be with wisdom, not to be swayed by this nonsense. Number three, to experience the medicines, the holy names that purifies us from this materialism that disease has covered us. Meaning, we must really realize, Aham Brahmasmi, our Sanatan Dharma. And second, we must understand our true position to defeat the impersonalists, the so-called surrogate God portraying himself as a supreme controller. We must defeat them with a higher philosophy based upon scripture and practical example. And when we can defeat these individuals, we can offer what has been given to us, the medicine that is being given to us through oral reception, the holy names, the supreme purifier. So it means when we go out and help other individuals, it is more on canvassing and introducing to them the supreme purifier, the holy names. Not this putting them in the box, canning them. You're labeled as this group, you know. You know, a lot of individuals, they come in contact and become attracted to the holy names. But because of the stigma based on sectarianism and false bodily identification being put forward by supposedly those who are teaching and proposing, these individuals, they think they belong to this group. But in their heart, they want to serve and love Krishna. And they begin to subtly tell these individuals that, yeah, you belong to this group. You follow me? You know, I'll put you in a box. It's like, and help you achieve the goal. But that is not the case. We can never eradicate Sanatan Dharma. We can never cover Sanatan Dharma. We must understand Sanatan Dharma, our eternal true nature, our eternal religion, which is service, loving service to the Supreme Person. That is the wisdom that is eternal, not this sectarianism based upon bodily identification. So we must be very careful whom to follow. Someone who is contaminated with this egotistic, false ego, or false bodily identification dictated by the desire in the mind, motivated by the three modes of material nature. Be careful, because this person will lead us to hell. So that is our prerogative. We must be very serious and very grave, because our spiritual master is very grave. He's serious. To cross this jungle, we must be guided by someone who is able, who has crossed the jungle, who can bring us out of this jungle of material life, not to be devoured by these predators around us. This world, my Siksa Guru said, you want to play Lord? Be careful, because there are billions of you here in the material world. Trying to play Lord is like there's a small fish, a fish devouring the small fish, there's another giant fish devouring the other fish, devouring everybody. The consciousness is to devour and consume the world. This is the jungle of material life. Be careful, because it will bring us to unhappiness, it will lead us into confusion, and we will not be situated in a world that is transcendental when we are not purified and not realized from this basic understanding and be guided by Sanatan Dharma under the guidance of our Gurudev, who is non-different from the Paramatma, who is a confidential, loving servant of God, who is a resident of the spiritual world by Kunda. Haribol, Namaste. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Vipale Shrimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinaminde
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Itinamine
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vatsadeva Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Madana Mohana Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Guranga, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Guranga. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. नमो सिद्ध स्वरूपानंद परमहंस नामिने गौर करुणा स्वरूपाय राधे कृष्ण प्रसाद भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री गदाधर शिवसदि गौभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 बोल नमस्ते।